Welcome to Real Talk Wrestling. I'm your host Josh. With me is Miami Clutch PE, my main man for WWE content. If you read the description down below, we have fired, just like the WWE fired Baron Corbin on his day off. We have fired Koffler. There will be there'll be a little AEW talk today, just a little bit, just a little bit. But first, just want to introduce my buddy Clutch. What's going on, man?
What's up, man? Great connection to the releases right there.
Yep. Just like Baron Corbin was one of his favorite wrestlers of all time, so I decided, you know what? You're moving. Actually, that's a lie. I love Baron Corbin, and I was just informed about 10 minutes before the show that he was released. And I said, first thing I said was, "Well, I hope he's all elite soon because someone needs to take down Moxley in that group, and it's not going to be Orange Cassidy." Honestly, I mean, maybe it is. Who knows? I heard rumors that it's going to be the Young Bucks, and
Fun.
I don't understand life. That's why we're not going to talk AEW today because it doesn't make sense. None of it. But we are here to break down the crown jewel of 2024. It's going to be tomorrow, Saturday. For you, Clutch, it's already Saturday. For me, yesterday was Thanksgiving, and it's thrown my entire life upside down.
Thanksgiving.
See, Clutch, you see where
We're,
I'm at.
we're a month early there.
Halloween, man, Halloween. It should be the last Friday of every October. My kids were up a little bit later than usual because of Halloween. They had a candy. They were eating candy. It's just a disaster. It really is. I woke up an hour late today. The kids were an hour late to school. I was an hour late to work. I had to work an hour. Put Halloween where it should be, the last Friday of the month, instead of just random 31st. You don't know. Do you guys do Halloween over there?
I mean, yeah, but it's more of a holiday to get excuse to party over here.
Yeah,
Not
makes
really a
sense.
kid's holiday.
Well, good. I mean, it makes sense. We had a good time though. I had a lot of Twizzlers. I'm a Twizzler. What's your favorite Halloween candy?
Reese's. I
Yeah,
love me a good Reese's.
I had a lot of those last night too. My stomach hurts. But anyway, we're not here to talk about Halloween. We're here to talk about wrestling. But before we get to Crown Jewel, we have some current events that happened on the shows leading up to Crown Jewel. I know tonight's a tape show on SmackDown, so I definitely won't be watching. I don't know if you will. Will you be watching?
I will because I've managed to avoid spoilers the entire week,
Okay.
and there's obviously some bloodline stuff to catch up on. So
Okay.
yeah,
We did not talk since the last SmackDown. Cody Rhodes has become all time. I think you saw something on Twitter. Maybe I did something on Twitter. Maybe you were watching Real Talk.
I
The
was
show I do
watching.
tomorrow.
Yes, I was watching. No Holds Barred. That's right.
The Holds Barred, yes, with Bobby. We'll be live tomorrow. By the way, we're doing something different. We're drafting. We're drafting a franchise. I'm representing Dynamite, and we're gonna put a card together. So it's gonna be pretty fun. So tune in tomorrow on that. We'll probably be talking about the results of Crown Jewel as well. But anyway, yeah, I'm so sick of Cody. Like I was at a point where it's like, okay, he's becoming the baby face we hated in AEW. Like that's why we started booing him. And then he came over to WWE and he felt fresh again. But now it's insufferable. It really is insufferable. I know you said like you're probably laughing at me or whatever, but what are your thoughts on that? Oh, you think we're crybabies? You're damn right we are. Like, what do you think about that? Did you like that he embraced that?
I mean, if anybody's gonna embrace like the corniness of things, it's him. And yeah, I mean, he just got put into a feud with no real build just
Mm-hmm.
because of doing the champion versus champion thing. So he
Mm-hmm.
has to do something. I get it.
Yep.
And it's just kind of like the only part I hate about this champ because the match itself is probably going to be really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but like, yeah, the build because something that WWE prides itself on is a good story to build a good match, and there hasn't been that because the Saudis forced something onto WWE to do something that god awful title. It's just too goddamn big. And yeah, they have them doing that, and instead of progressing the KO story and doing things like that, and they kind of deviated, had KO doing things with Randy. So
Yep.
like, yeah, he doesn't get to do the storytelling thing now, so he has to go on these interesting promo segments, which I'm not a fan of either.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting word of interesting because that's what they are.
when he has like he's a lot better when he can bounce off of somebody like
Mhm.
like a real adversary. And Gunther, I mean, he obviously can be that, but it needs time, and it just they haven't given them any because it got announced like right after the last pay per view.
Yeah. I will say this, and I do believe this, and I still believe it. Cody's the heel here. Gunther is acting and is the babyface in this story, in my opinion. He's saying everything that a babyface would say. I'm doing this for myself. I'm the best wrestler. Like, I'm proving that I'm the greatest. Yada yada. The only thing heel about him was like, I'm not doing the promos or the tours because I'm not a yes man. Like, that's the only thing he said heelish. Cody coming out in a three-piece suit, right, looking like $1,000,000, which is something heels do. When Kevin Owens turned heel for that short of period of time with Triple H, he was wearing a suit for like 3 weeks. Remember that? It was Mr. America or whatever that was. I
Oh,
don't know.
America's champ.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So like that's what heels do. When heels wear suits. Like that's established. That's wrestling 101. LA Knight's not coming out in a suit. Stone Cold never wore a suit. Rock didn't wear a suit when he was a heel. He wore a suit when he was a baby, or the other way around. Didn't wear a suit when he was babyface. When he was a heel, he did. Cody is the only babyface in the history of the sport has worn a suit every single night. And it's driving me bananas. It just is. You say you want to do this and be a babyface and you're a man of the people, but you're talking down to us by using these gigantic words. And not only, like, you didn't create Crybaby Cody Crybaby. You didn't create that. That wasn't something you embraced. You were being made fun of for that. And now you're like, oh yeah, we're the crybabies. We're drama. We're this. To me, he's just such a cringe heel at this point. And I want him to go back to the Cody we love. But this match is going to be awesome. Like, I think it's going to be great. And Gunther's babyface. Like, he is. People are, if this match was in America, he might even get booed over there. I'm not sure. But I think in certain cities, he's going to start reaching that John Cena level where he's going to start getting booed out of arenas very, very soon. Very, very soon. I believe it. Do you not see that?
I don't, because I've heard this exact argument for the last like year and a half, 2 years, and everybody's told me this is happening soon because they're gonna get tired of him. They're gonna get tired of him, and here we are, like a year and a half later, from those things, and still, he's still getting the same reactions. You don't even hear a smattering of boos or anything. Like,
I'll say this, which you're right. You're right. It hasn't happened yet. But I feel like WWE has found something which works, which means crowd involvement. Seth Rollins has his thing. Whoa, right? Cody has the whoa. Everyone's now singing Randy Orton's thing.
Jay
Everyone
has to
has
eat.
Jay has Yeet. Whether you're a babyface or heel, I feel like they want to get correct because he was that was happening when he was a heel too at one point, correct? Am I
Yeah,
wrong? It's okay. So crowd involvement, they just want the fans doing that stuff regardless. So they don't have time to boo. They really don't. When John Cena got in the ring, there was no catchphrase of like everyone does one thing at one time when his music happens. It doesn't happen. But when he got on the mic, people, oh, boo, Cena sucks. They don't have time for that because they're so hyped. They were so ready to go, whoa. And that makes them happy that they were involved in this. So now they don't have the time or want to boo him at that given moment. I do think eventually it's going to turn. You cannot give this cringe PG. He's like more of a PG era Cody, and he shouldn't be that. Like, don't you? I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe it's because we've seen him be, in press conferences and ROH. That ref tried to fuck on me. Sorry, Bobby. Where's that Cody? Where's the aggressive Cody? Where's the cool Cody? That's all I want. The cool Cody.
you had those things like come out like but in like spurts, right? Like with some of the stuff with The Rock, you saw him get a little bit more. I mean, less PG, where
Mhm.
he basically said Rock has like a little dick or something like that. Sorry, Bobby, but yeah, things like that, like where you had Cody
Yep.
actually being upset, getting mad, getting aggressive, and yeah, I agree. And now he knows like where he stands in WWE right now. And right now, he's catering to that young audience
Mhm.
where he's doing the catchphrases, the corny stuff that adults might not like. Some do,
Yes.
but yeah. And we're at that point right now. He could get back to it, maybe. I don't know. I have theories about what's going to happen with KO and Randy, and maybe that level of KO can bring something out of Cody. I'm hoping because you saw it also in spurts with the Brock feud, where Cody had to get aggressive, and
Yep.
because it's Brock Lesnar.
Hmm.
But so I'm hoping this can happen with the KO thing, and then further on to whenever Rock comes back and they do their thing, and it can continue that way instead of the usual that we've grown accustomed to. Yeah.
Yeah. I will say this: the reason why Cena was getting booed, in my opinion, too, by a lot of men, especially like guys like me, he sucked at wrestling. Like he sucked. The matches were boring to me. And of course, the very end was cool because you did the shoulder bump. You know, the little thing where he swings and misses, ducks, the whole five moves of doom. Right? Cody's an excellent worker. Cody's probably one of the best workers in the business. He could put on a great match. It's hard to boo that. It's hard to in the middle of Survivor Series when he's wrestling Kevin Owens. They're having a 5-star match. It's hard to boo Cody because he's putting on a phenomenal show. So that's going in his favor because I'm never going to boo him during a match because it's impossible. It's great.
Yeah.
He's great. He puts on great matches with everyone. So I guess, that's a reason why I think Cena got that treatment because, dude, you're not even a good wrestler. You're just here. You're
Yeah.
just, it. So I
Cena
think,
only like really got good, I guess, or better in the ring like later on when he had his AJ feud. That was a great matches that they had. People will debate whether that's AJ carrying it or things like that, but I think they both held their own. But he got good towards the end, and I think that's why people started appreciating him more. And then obviously, absence makes the heart grow
yep.
fond, and then he goes away. Everybody wants him back, and this
Yep.
is where we are today.
You heard me, man. I have Cena ranked number 1 overall in WWE of
Yep.
all time. And 10 years ago, 15 years ago, that Josh would be beating the hell out of this Josh, calling me a loser. Seriously, like that I never thought that would happen. But when he went away for good, Cena, that is, when he went away for good and went away for a while, you don't know what you have until you lost it. It's like, wow, like Cena was this show. Cena was this company. Cena made me watch whether I liked him or hated him. And I'm not getting that vibe from Cody. Matter of fact, I don't. Matter of fact, I changed it when Cody. I changed the channel, and that's not even a joke. I changed the channel when Cody's on because I can't do it anymore. And it's because the opposite. I've seen him good. Now we're
Mhm.
seeing this, so it is what it is, and that's going to be a weekly conversation. I feel like until things change. Unfortunately, I'll try not to bring it up as much. Um, what else happened on SmackDown and Raw? Anything else important happened on SmackDown and Raw?
SmackDown was freaking amazing, dude.
I was
Uh,
not happy about the Game 7. I was not happy.
no, I was not either. I
Okay.
do think again, we talk about what's going to happen now because of what happened at the end of Game 7 is the triple threat, which is probably going to be really good again.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the way they got to it, I mean, you've had fans invested in this 7 matches,
Yep.
and to end it like that, it's like, okay, they're both getting a title shot. It's going to be cool. The match is going to be good. But yeah, the way to end that one-on-one rivalry was probably not the way to go.
Yeah, I think that's a mistake. But hey, the match is going to be awesome. Just LA Knight declaring himself. I think they thought it was going to get over way more. I'm the winner of this match. It didn't get over with us because we were in, like you said, invested.
Mm-hmm.
It's like saying, you watch. Let's say the World Series went 7 games. Let's just say we all knew the Dodgers were going to win in 4, 5. I said 4. But let's say it went 7, and then Game 7, the referees are like, you know what, F it. Who do we want to win? You know what I mean? Like that would be like imagine a game being taken over by the refs, and that's kind of what happened here. We wanted to see these 2 professional wrestlers wrestle, and we did. We saw a decent match, but the end result, we wanted to see a real winner, and or at least if it's going to be a tie or make it a double pin, make it a double submission, make it a double count, not just LA Knight, ding ding ding, I win because I'm the ref. That's just stupid.
I have this theory that I think we're going to see a heel LA Knight soon.
I hope.
Soon-ish.
I think we need it. We don't have top heels on SmackDown.
Yeah. And I think it would work. He can even drop the title and be mad at that, become heel, and then he could face Cody at some point down the line.
That'd be great. I would definitely love that. That'd be something I'd love to see. All right. So SmackDown was great. You said what else happened on
Oh,
SmackDown?
the ending of SmackDown. Like it was the last 15 minutes.
Oh yeah.
It was the number 1 contenders match, right? The DIY against the Motor City Machine Guns.
Mm-hmm.
And Motor City Machine Guns won. Great match, as expected.
Yep.
And that's when the Bloodline comes out. and Solo introduces himself to the Machine Guns as their tribal chief, whatever,
Hmm.
and then says, "Oh, you should face them for the title now." And Nick Aldis tries to be like, "No, no, no," but obviously Machine Guns faces, they're like, "No, we'll do it right now. We'll do it right now." They actually have the match,
Yep.
and they win the championships because you have the Bloodline shenanigans. You have Jimmy come out,
Yep.
Roman come out, they clear the Bloodline out, and then Jay comes out at the end and hands them the win because yeah, he comes and spears, I think, the Tongans, and then
Yep.
yeah, Machine Guns take advantage, win the title, have their pyro moment, and then it ends with Jay in the ring, right?
Yep.
And then you see Jimmy come out, and the Usos reunite for the first time in years, and it's so
Yes.
good.
Did you think it was too soon?
Uh, I say no because you have to build this War Games match
I
at some
know.
point, and obviously the way it got set up, the Saudis definitely wanted the Bloodline on the show, like the
Hmm.
full Bloodline,
Yep.
because they're having the 3-on-3 match. So
Yep.
maybe it was rushed to that point. I
Yep.
thought this whole thing of the reunion was gonna happen maybe the Monday after Crown. I mean the Friday after Crown Jewel. I thought that's where I would put it, and then you have to get to the Sammy stuff, which they're getting to,
Yep. You're not
and
family, oos.
yeah, good stuff. Like, I
Yeah.
love this Bloodline story so much.
Yep.
But yeah, so yeah, they're doing the 3-on-3. What I hope is that they're still going to show that Jay hasn't fully like trusted Roman yet. That's what I'm hoping for
I'm
because they
hoping.
still need to like build a little bit more on that.
I think that's going to be the case. I mean, I hate fantasy booking, but I do it all the time, and I'm gonna do it here. I just wish, and I'm not gonna go in depth on it. I just wish it was. And you're right. I blame all this on Saudi, Crown Jewel, because they wanted to get them on the show. I understand that, so they had to get it rushed. Imagine a world without Crown Jewel this year. I'm not saying get rid of it forever. Like I'm not against the Saudi shows like a lot of people are. I know a lot of people make fun of them, but let's face it, boxing matches go over there, UFC goes over there. Like it's been going on for a while. I don't know why WWE is the only company that gets major heat. Maybe we don't get it. Maybe we're not in the boxing world or UFC world to hear it, but they've been going over there for a while. So it's not I don't understand it. But the fact that it's booked pretty much by them sucks. It always derails everything. There'd be major stories going involved, and all of a sudden we're seeing Logan Paul versus Cody Rhodes or Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns or whatever it may be. They're great matches, but they don't make any sense to anything in the story. At least nowadays they're trying to like get the story incorporated with the matches. So it looks like they're like, hey, Saudi guys, what do you guys want? Okay, well, we got to make it with the storyline. So I think if there was no crown jewel, and they were just focusing on war games, this would have been drawn out more because Jay just seems like he turned over in 1 week. And it should have been maybe 2 or 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, like the whole Jimmy and I mean Jay, I mean yeah, the Jay recruiting and then the Sammy stuff should have intertwined with them kind of both coming back into the fray, like maybe 1 week difference, but something like that, just to draw out because yeah, the Jay story, if you really think about it, he's like one of the most compelling like
Mhm.
characters in that story because he was mentally and physically abused by Roman from
Yep.
the very start of the storyline. And just to turn a new leaf, I guess he forgives his brother because it's his brother, fine. And now that's why I want to see like some resentment with Roman and Jay still because you can't just be like, okay, we're good,
Yeah.
let's wrestle. Yeah,
It doesn't make sense. I'm curious to see if Sammy does join them as a fourth person. I know that's your picture right now. I'm still leaning towards that Solo will be back with them with the OG bloodline. Not sure if it's gonna be after War Games or before. Not sure if Sammy's gonna take part in War. I don't know. That's the beautiful thing. We always say, Triple H is pretty predictable. Everything's pretty predictable. That's what people have been saying, which I don't get because it's not. It's the opposite of predictable. I'm going into this Gunther match with Cody this weekend. I don't know who's gonna win because neither can afford to lose. Neither can afford to take a pin. So I don't know who's going to win. Gunther could win, and I wouldn't be surprised at all because Cody's that kind of guy who would put someone over like that. Same thing with this story. I don't know who's going to win between. I know who's going to win this weekend. There ain't no way Roman and Jay and Jimmy are losing to the new bloodline. There's no way.
they can't, or maybe
I don't.
they do.
I don't. There's no way.
Dissension amongst the bloodline. They gotta have. the way I'm thinking, if they gotta give the new bloodline a win before they're going to lose at War Games, I think. So they got to have a win at some point, and I think it might be this weekend because they're still outnumbering this bloodline 3-on-4.
I just don't know who takes the pin. Who eats the pin?
Jimmy.
See, that would be in effect like, oh, you pinned Jimmy. Did Solo ever pin Roman?
So no.
What if Solo pins Roman? What if it's Rock? What if Rock comes out? I'm just. Do you think this is the main event? By the way,
No. I think Gunther and Cody's in the main event.
so this opens because this is one of the big. This is a big match. Like this is the biggest match they have storyline wise. I just don't. I think, which I don't know for fact. I know nothing. I know no rumors. I know no spoilers. What if Rock is there? Because Rock came out a while ago and did nothing. What if Rock is there?
I mean, yeah, but
It's gotta be the main
we
event.
would have heard it by now because it's in an international show and you can like track movement better that way. Rock was in Georgia and it worked out
Okay.
to him showing up. But yeah, I think if he was in like another country, especially like Saudi Arabia, he would have been spotted already and something would have already leaked, I think.
Well, we won't know until tomorrow, but I don't know. I mean, we'll talk about the crown jewel later and do a little preview show. Let's focus shift our focus over to some Bobby Lashley news real quick. Then we'll get into the crown jewel and break down that card. Did you see the debut of the Almighty? I don't know if they're calling him that. Big Bob. They might call him Big Bob. Who knows? Bobby Lashley in AEW.
Yeah, I did.
Did you like it?
The thing about is that I don't know how this story or what if they've tried to tell a story. I don't know because I don't watch, so I don't know if it's progressed where it makes sense to debut Bobby Lashley, who's supposed to be a big addition, in front of a half-empty arena in a random Dynamite, instead of the pay-per-view you just had.
It wasn't a random Dynamite, by the way. It was a theme show, and it was a big show. As in, they wanted this was getting promoted a lot. Fright Night. So it wasn't just a regular, ordinary Dynamite. They were promoting it a lot, and there was a lot of things going on. There was a lot of big title matches. There was a lot of big matches.
Okay, fair enough.
So just like how they have the Winter is Coming or the Grand Slam.
Mhm.
It was kind of like that.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, I had no idea if it wasn't obvious by now.
No, I have some opinions on this, and I already voiced them to former employee of this podcast, Chris Koffler, via text. Shelton Benjamin took a loss already. Swerve beat him clean in the middle of the ring on the main event of Dynamite. Beat him clean. That's your big new star. I mean, I'm not saying Shelton Benjamin's like a game changer, but he's one of your new stars. And how to get people over is to have them win. And he was winning. He was beating like Leo Rush and a bunch of nobodies, which is fine. It's what you're supposed to do with stars. Good, right? That's good. But then you put him in the middle of a ring with Swerve, who neither can afford a loss. So what is the main thing you should do as a wrestling company if you're going to debut somebody in a main event to end a show? What would you do, Clutch?
I don't know, man.
I know. Here's what you would do. You do what everyone else does, and it works every single time. You have Shelton Benjamin on the verge of losing. Right?
Oh, the distraction angle.
Have Lashley come out, beat the out of Swerve, DQ, and then end the show with Bobby Lashley in the Hurt Syndicate beating the crap out of Swerve, and no one takes a loss. It's not hard. It's wrestling 101. It makes the Hurt Syndicate now. It makes them look strong because now they just added Bobby Lashley. And it makes Swerve look sympathetic because he was about to win. He was so close to winning. And then the DQ happens and you're like, oh, come on. And it gives heat to the freaking Bobby Lashley. Instead, you let Swerve win, which there's no more sympathy because he just proved that he could beat this guy easily. No help, no cheating, clean. And then Bobby Lashley comes out after the fact, which makes him look like a complete moron because he just let his new best friend lose in the middle of the ring. It just, to me, it was a botched. It's botched. But I did like the touch that, did you see this? MVP gets on his phone.
Oh, the phone.
Yeah. So wait a minute. You had Bobby Lashley the whole time? You had him back there for the last 2 hours? or did he just pull up? I don't understand that, but it was cool. It was something we haven't seen, or at least I haven't seen. It's better than Paul Heyman's
Call Roman Reigns.
call Roman Reigns. Like it's better than that, at least. But I don't know. I thought it was a decent debut, but they could have done so. You just fucked it all up. Sorry, Bobby. That's like
Yeah,
three tonight.
like Shelton Benjamin. Honestly, being realistic, he's just there to take the pins because they know Bobby Lashley can't take them. That's what it's gonna be,
That's not
and it's
true though,
stupid.
man.
I just
Because Shelton Benjamin towers over everybody. Like technically, like if you look at Shelton Benjamin, put them all in a lineup, every wrestler that they have there. Shelton Benjamin is probably like the third biggest guy or fourth biggest guy, right? You got
I mean, you don't have
Bobby.
many big people in AEW.
That's what I'm saying though. So like Shelton Benjamin's a believable star there
I
because
mean, if you put Shelton Benjamin standing next to Adam Cole, of course,
hey, leave Adam Cole.
baby.
His ring debut last night, or not debut, but return his first match since the injury was last night too, or last night, Wednesday night. So yeah, it was a big Dynamite show. Young Bucks lost their titles. They lost to the Private Party. Now they're the tag team champions, and it's been rumored that the Young Bucks are going to be going away for a long time or a while. So it looks like they're having a gimmick change. That's the new rumors. The whole everything, the EVP gimmick is gone. It didn't go anywhere. They pile drive their boss. The Shad Khan, owner of the Jaguars, came into the ring all for nothing.
Yeah, whatever happened to that? They
Nothing.
power drive Tony Khan and get
Nothing.
away with it.
Nothing happened. Nothing. That's it. That's it. Like that's what you got from that. It's just ridiculous. But anyway, that was Dynamite in a nutshell. So let's get on to the big thing, Crown Jewel. I'm bringing up the. Do you have the card in front of you, Clutch,
I do not.
or do you have it memorized because you're such a mark?
I
Just
definitely
hey man. Hey, do you really?
No, I
That's
don't.
awesome. Okay, I don't either.
I don't.
But I know there's 7 matches. So this is basically like the old school WWE matches or pay-per-views where it's gonna last like forever, it feels like. But we have the thing which I hate, which is champion versus champion. I think it's trash. I think it's terrible. I think it's a very, very bad way to book your talent. But here we are. Because there's no wins. Like who if Gunther gets pinned or Cody gets pinned, like who looks better in that situation? But again, here we are. So we'll start with the first match. I'm going to start from the bottom up. Not saying this is a bad match by any means, because they're all really, really. I'm actually looking forward to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of the 7 matches. You could probably guess which matches I don't care about.
I already know the first one probably.
They involve women. Both of them do. Don't care about either of these matches. But the first match is Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. That match was made official, even though Triple H was against it. That was a cool little angle, having Triple H come on the show and tell Randy Orton all that stuff. We're here to protect you, yada, 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 yada. So, that being said, first off, is this Kevin Owens' first match ever in Saudi?
Good question. I don't know. I can't remember one off the top of my head.
So I think he's boycotted it ever since. And then eventually Sammy was allowed to go. Now, I guess now he's going. So this is going to be a cool match. I want to hear your theory because you said it. You said you have a theory on this, on this whole angle. So Kevin Owens, Randy Orton. First off, who's winning? And tell me this theory.
Kevin Owens is winning. And I think my theory is, listen, Randy is coming off of a big injury, right? Coming off is kind of weird because it was a year ago that he came back.
Coming back.
Yeah, coming off a big back surgery. And Kevin Owens is known for this apron powerbomb as when he's a heel. If you look back at his NXT stuff, I think Randy Orton's going to catch the nastiest apron powerbomb there is. That's going to send him out for at least past War Games. And that's going to trigger Cody in a sense because that's his guy, that's his mentor.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where you get aggressive Cody in a way. But that's probably going to come back later in the show. Yeah, he's going to win. He's going to powerbomb the shit out of Randy. And it's going to progress the story, and it's going to affect the match later on that day, I think.
Okay, I understand that. I think Kevin Owens is winning as well. I think he has to win. You don't turn someone heel and then have them job right away. That'd be a Tony Khan move. dead serious. That's what happened over there. So when you turn someone heel, they have to make an impact and tell me why you're important. Tell me why, or show me why you're so awesome. Show me why you're such a badass. Show me why Triple H was afraid to book this match. And you're right. I think the same thing. I didn't really take an account of the power bomb on the apron, which yes, he does do that. Yes, but I didn't think about it. So good call on that one. I think I think you just wrote the match,
Yeah,
or you have the sheet because that's genius.
I think Randy gets stretchered out. That's how bad I think it's going to be.
Stretch it out. Yeah, I mean, I could see that, and then Randy takes a little break, skips Survivor Series, and comes back maybe for the Rumble. Maybe comes back at the Rumble. Is that too far for you? Do you think he becomes?
It might be a little too far because remember the Rumble is late this year. It's the 1st of February.
Oh, they moved it that far.
Yeah, I mean
I
last
always
it last
I
year
always
was like
thought
the week before that. So
I
not,
always thought it was the last weekend of January. I always thought it used to be back in my day before the Super Bowl and after the AFC and NFC title games.
yeah, so they definitely pushed it by a week, and they also pushed WrestleMania by a couple weeks actually. So,
Oh gosh, I hate that. But anyway, yeah. Okay, maybe that's too far, but still,
but
he
there's
is.
also a good one, two good like opportunities. I think they always have like a New Year's show because they don't really have pay-per-views
Mhm.
around that time between Survivor Series and the Rumble. So I think maybe a new one of the New Year's show, or they're having Saturday night's main event. That could work.
Okay,
Sometime in December. I forgot what exactly when it is.
that could work as well. Yeah, there's rumors, big matches on that card. I remember rumors Gunther and Damian Priest is going to wrestle for the World Heavyweight Championship. That was
Mhm.
rumored,
That they
and
might
then
do KO and Cody there, maybe.
KO and Cody there, which I heard that rumor as well. So that'd be a perfect time for. Why would Randy come back then to help Cody win?
Maybe
I don't know.
maybe that's their way of quote unquote keeping KO clean, being able to lose as a heel because of Randy coming back for his like vengeance, I guess.
And it would just make Cody look like more of a heel because he needs help and he's a crybaby little bitch. Not sorry, Bobby. No, I can see all that happening. Yeah, we both agree Kevin Owens is definitely the winner over
Yeah.
there. I just, man. All right. Next match: Seth Rollins versus Bronson. Big Bronson Reed. I want someone to win, but I don't think it's gonna happen. But how could you just bury Bronson Reed right now? I think it'd be more beneficiary for Bronson Reed if he gets this win, either by, but he's a monster, so he can't have help. But he needs to win. He needs to win. But I don't think he's going to. I think Seth's going over here.
Seth, yeah. I mean, I really do want Bronson to win. My idea for this, I think we talked about this probably weeks and weeks ago, but I think they should have two matches where Bronson goes over in the first and Seth can maybe get the win later. Because I don't know how they can play it so Bronson can win believably. Because I like what they've been doing, the backstage stuff. Bronson seems to be really good at that. He did it with Braun, amazing stuff, and now he's doing it with Seth, and it was really good backstage. That
Yep.
backstage angle where they're just fighting every chance they see each other, and
Mhm.
that's really good. But yeah, I don't know how they could do it. I mean, Seth is coming off an injury. Maybe he tweaks something, and then opening for Bronson gets the win, or the way they've been going with the backstage fighting, it could also just end in DQ or something, and they just keep beating the crap out of each other out of the ring.
They just did that though with Braun.
That's
I forgot who and I forgot where, but I did hear this somewhere where this is the end of the match. Like this is the way they're going to book the end. Big Bronson Reed's going to go for a tsunami. Seth's going to get up as Big Bronson Reed's trying to get back up. Boom, curb stomp, 1, 2, 3. That's probably what the ending of the match. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that could work. I could buy that. Seth's down. He's about to get tsunamied. Boom, he rolls out of the way real quick. Big Bronson Reed's too big to get up really fast. As he's on his all fours trying to get up still, boom, curb stomp gone. I can see that's how it goes. And unfortunately, then what do you do next? All that work to build him up for what? See, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense for him to lose. It doesn't make sense for Seth to lose either.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Seth is coming back for the first again for the
Yeah.
like the first time in a while, and now and Bronson's strong, so somebody has to lose, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's a tough spot to be in. The match, I think Bronson has he's an underrated worker. Like, he actually solid in the ring, and I think
Yep.
he and Seth can put on a great match. I think that's the theme of this Saudi show: great matches, but you don't know how they're gonna actually do the finishes because somebody has to lose, and both sides are strong right now.
Yep. 1000%. All right, let's get this one out of the way because this is trash. Fatal 4-Way. I'm not going to Nia Jax yet. Fatal 4-Way tag match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Apparently, this is still a thing. Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair versus Kairi Sane and Io Sky versus Lash. Don't know who that is versus, and I don't know who this person is. Jakara Jackson versus Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Why? That's my question. That's my analysis. Why? This should be a Saturday night main event, right? Put it on there. Let's have six matches that matter instead of this one. But are you looking forward to this one? I'm sure you love Lash Legend. I don't know who they are. I don't know. I promise you, I don't know who they are.
You know,
Are
I'm
they
an NXT guy, so I like.
okay? So
I like
women
Lash
good?
Legend a lot. I think
Okay.
her partner is worth nothing, but her Lash Legend is pretty good in the ring. I like her, but yeah, I don't like the match because I've been on a strike recently of Io should not be in the tag division. Io should be challenging for the world title because she's that freaking good.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
I've been on that, so I've been against any time they put her in a tag match.
Yep.
But so yeah, and again, you have very talented Bianca. At some point, she's got to stop playing babysitter to Jade. Jade got to stand on her own, and Bianca had the talent to be going for the main titles in a division that's kind of struggling because they have Nia Jax as a champion. So why not?
I didn't say
it. Yeah. So yeah, you have to just give the title to the NXT girls or Chelsea and just move along.
I'll tell you this. Chelsea Green, out of all these people that are on this list, Jade Cargill does nothing for me. Bianca Belair has worn out her welcome with me. The fact that all she does is skip down the ring and tour, I'm over that act. I am so over that act. I could not care less about Kairi Sane. Io Sky is a top talent there. They lost Becky Lynch. They're down Charlotte Flair. But you're sticking one of your best women's wrestlers, not even just best women's wrestlers, one of your best wrestlers.
Apparently, they lost Rhea Ripley.
Oh, no, I didn't hear that.
Oh, because at first we thought it was a storyline, but apparently she legitimately fractured what do you call that bone by the eye?
Orbital bone?
Yeah, orbital bone.
Damn.
And they wrote her out actually on NXT. I was watching and it was crazy because did you see at least the screenshots? She was bleeding.
No,
they actually had her draw blood on NXT.
She was on NXT. I didn't know. I know.
Yeah.
Is this Tuesday?
Yeah, this was a Tuesday.
Okay.
Where, by the way, have to gas them up a little bit. Women's division, best division there is. Better than any main roster division, better than AEW division, better than anything. Because, yeah, really good. Anyways, yeah, Rhea was there, and then she was there to congratulate the new girls and whatever because one of them is Australian, and
the girl that sleeps.
No, you remember that big girl Delta that we saw the promos for?
No, I promise you I don't. Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah, she's called Zarya now, by the way. But
because I might know who she is.
I'm pretty sure we've talked about this. I think
we probably have. Delta. NXT Delta. I'm gonna see what she looks like. See if I remember who she is. Zarya. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, she made her debut, so I guess that's why the connection. They're both Australian. She came to congratulate them or whatever, and then all you see is a backstage angle with the refs rushing to the parking lot, and Liv Morgan is walking away with a baseball bat, and then you see Rhea against the car, busted open, dripping blood. And they leave it at that. By the way, I think Shawn Michaels booked that feud much better than Triple H has. And it's only been 30 seconds of that.
I mean, that's pretty good. While her walking away with a baseball bat like she's freaking Harley
look
Quinn.
up the segment if you get a chance. It's actually pretty good.
I will.
And it's not that long.
I'm not going to look at it now, but I will look at it. It's not going to be a live what was that video I showed you guys last week? Live reaction.
Oh, the Tony Khan, the chant thing.
I've watched that so many times since. Let me see.
But that's how much the
NXT.
tag team division does not matter because we just derailed off to NXT off of that tag team match.
Yeah, it just doesn't. It literally does not matter. One iota. Oh wow, Rhea is busted open. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
It's
Yo,
really like if you were gonna have any of the new age girls like draw blood, it probably would have been Rhea, right? And it looks pretty
yeah.
cool.
Yo, Liv looks pretty good with that bat. I'm not gonna lie. She looks really good with that bat. And Rhea looks pretty messed up. She looks that's brutal. Okay, cool. If this was Britt Baker over there in AEW, we'd be this is classless, yada yada yada. Just saying. But I mean, no, I'm not even gonna butt it. It's just true. It's a fact. Remember that one time Anna Jay bled everywhere in NXT, AEW, and people threw a freaking fit about it.
The thing is, I don't because I didn't watch and I didn't comment on it.
All right, well,
I don't
all
know.
right. I'm predicting that I want Chelsea Green to win this title. I don't care about Piper Niven whatsoever. In this matchup alone, if you're telling me there's 8 women, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 women. If you said, "Hey Josh, 8 of these women are going to be on television," I would say, "No, get rid of 7. I'll watch for Chelsea because she's so good. She is buying into the jobber, flunky, heel like that's she's so good at that. I love Chelsea Green. Everything
She's
she does.
earned it. She's done some really good stuff.
Yep.
She, like you said, she's embraced it. She back to Money in the Bank. She took that big spot off the ladder.
Yep.
She's doing the dumpster thing, the she smells like crap angle, which is funny as hell that she made it fun.
Yep.
And yeah, she deserves it. If give her like a little bit of like reward for all of this, it'd be
Yep.
cool.
I like it. And it's an easy way to get the titles off of Jade and Bianca without them taking a you could literally pin Jakara Jax.
Yes.
Nobody knows who that is. Like it's fine. All right, next match. I'm not going to do the bloodline yet. We'll do the other women's match. Because this one has a little bit more intrigue, right? Kind of, I guess, because there could be a cash in.
That's the
Liv
only reason it has intrigue.
Yep, that's it. So we'll skip it. It's Liv Morgan versus Nia Jax. Don't care. I do not care who wins, because it's whatever. Does she cash in? And when I mean she, I'm talking about Tiffany Stratton.
Maybe because I mean they've been setting it up so Nia, because sadly I've watched these angles, where Nia said she's gonna beat Liv so bad that she's gonna make Tiffany cash in, like make her cash in, because you can tell that she's kind of shook that Tiffany's gonna cash in on her. So she's like taking matters in her own hand, be like, I'm gonna beat up Liv Morgan, you're gonna cash in, whatever. So they might do something where there's a swerve and then she ends up actually cashing in on Nia and wins the title. I mean, that could save the match because there's no interest right now because they're both heel, and that's where the champion versus champion thing kind of like makes it stupid because yeah, we're not supposed to like Liv, we're definitely not supposed to like Nia, so what the hell?
I think we're supposed to like Liv. I think us guys are supposed to like Liv. Like, isn't
Oh,
she the ultimate coolest
us guys,
girlfriend of all
yes,
time?
us
Like,
guys,
she's
yes.
she's a ride or die girl. Like, she's fucking awesome. I wish she was my girl. No, for real. Like, she is fucking badass. And Nia Jax is just insufferable. So I don't know. I hope it does. I hope it gets cashed in. I'm so sick of Nia Jax. But I have a stupid feeling that we're getting Charlotte Flair back very soon, and it's going to be Nia versus Charlotte. I think that's. I hope not, man. I'm
I
telling
actually
you,
think
I
that's
hope
gonna
not.
happen at some point soon because Nia hasn't stopped calling herself the queen because she was queen of the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's just eventually going to circle back to the queen coming back.
Yep. Unfortunately, like seriously, unfortunately, that's probably worse. That's my worst nightmare. And Bobby, if you're watching, we're going to talk about it tomorrow if it happens. If Charlotte comes back anytime.
He's a big Charlotte fan, isn't he? Isn't he?
Yeah. He condescendingly texted me because we're drafting player or wrestlers. He goes, "Hey, is it cool if we involve legends?" And he listed 2 legends, Ultimate Warrior and like Macho Man. He goes, and then he added Charlotte Flair, and I just wanted to punch him. I wanted to crawl through my phone and like just grab Bobby by the shirt. Charlotte Flair is nothing. She's not a legend. She's 0 actually, to me. Do you like her? Do we establish that?
I think she puts on really great matches when she feels like it, which is a problem in its own. Because the 39 match against Rhea was fantastic.
Yeah.
And then she just stopped felt like she didn't feel like wrestling great anymore.
Who else wrestled that? So that was night 2. Who wrestled night 1?
Night one was so good.
It was
39, right? Yeah, it was
it, it was
KO
beyond
and Sammy against the Usos.
talking about the girls match though.
Oh,
It was I think it was
Bianca and Asuka.
Wrestle me. Look, I'm about to like go off on how this match was so much better. But I can't even remember the women in it. Women's match night 1. It was they have Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley night 1.
Yeah, they were night one.
So who was night 2?
Night two was Bianca. I'm pretty sure it's Bianca and Asuka.
You might be right on that, but I cannot find that one. There was one thing where I remember Charlotte wrestled but her match was second. Maybe it was 38. I can't remember. Charlotte always gets a match at WrestleMania like that, where the match before was awesome, and this is where I'm giving Charlotte respect here, and they freaking tried to top it as much as they could, and they almost did. And I'm like, that's kind of like, shit. Charlotte's awesome. Like, why don't you do this all the time? Why
She
aren't you
phones
this
it in
good?
a lot. That's the problem. She phones it
Yes,
in
yes, and I hate her
because
promos.
you can tell that the talent is there. Just yeah, she's not a promo because she just screams shit.
No, 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 she doesn't scream. She does this. I am your queen, and I woo. Like she doesn't have any emotion when she
She does
speaks.
her dad's stuff without her dad's energy. If that makes yeah.
Yes, yeah, that's exactly. She's Ric Flair light, but like way light, like literally the lightest she could probably be. All right, so women's match, boom, done. Let's get to the good stuff. Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, and Jimmy Uso, the OG bloodline, versus the bloodline right now, Solo Sikoa, Tamatanga, Loa, and Jacob Fatu. Wait, Jacob Fatu's in this match? I thought it was okay, all right. Oh yeah, Jacob is in the match. Okay, yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
Mhm.
Sorry guys, sorry chat. Uh, Jacob Fatu, man, he could probably get this win. That changes a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, Jacob could easily pin Roman here, and it's believable. Jacob could pin Jay. It's believable because of what Jay said to him.
yeah, that's true.
I think that yeah, I'm changing. I didn't know. I totally forgot that Jacob was in this match. I'm changing my mind. I think the new bloodline wins this match, and I think Jacob Fatu gets the pin. But I don't know who he pins, and I think that's important who he pins.
Yeah, I
I'm just
think
thinking it's all registering in my mind. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think they're gonna do the thing, and that I think they've done before, where Jacob destroys somebody at the end, and then just tags in Solo, and Solo gets the ceremonial pin or whatever. And might be Jay, I think, because yeah, because the Jay thing is interesting because obviously how Jay talked to Jacob, and then how it seems like Solo and Jay had a little thing before the uh, during the title match where Jay lost, and maybe that comes back around. I think it might be Solo gets the pin on Jay because of Jacob.
Dude, all this is spinning in my head right now. Like, this is if you've ever seen a live reaction of Josh like thinking about something. I'm speaking to myself like I'm the Rock. Um, nope, this is it. Like I'm thinking of all the ways and listening to you and go. You're saying that he's going to beat up Jay so bad and then pin Solo, but the whole story is they're losing respect for Solo because of his actions lately. What if Solo's like, give me the pin, and Fatu just like, I'll finish this myself, and then Solo goes in there and saves Jay. Right? He's had enough. He's had enough. That's my brother. What if? Because you know they like to throw theatrics into these matches, especially the bloodline matches. There's a lot of verbal. There's a lot of showing. There's a lot of story in these matches. What if Jacob's taking it too far and Solo's like grabs his arm, and all of a sudden we're like Jacob turns around like what's going on? What if? I'm just saying we've already seen Solo show sympathy for Jay once.
Yeah,
It could happen again.
it makes sense if I wasn't fully convinced that Sammy's in this match, in the War Games match, because of the ending to Raw.
I'm not even saying they turn on Solo there. What I'm saying
It plants
is
the doubt.
it plants a seed of like, yeah, where Solo's like holds his arm or whatever, stop it, I'm your tribal chief, and then makes him tagging him in, and then boom, Solo can pin him after he's already beat down, but he stops Jacob Fatu from just beating Jay to a bloody pulp. Like, I don't know. I'm just throwing things out there, just thinking about it as I go. But man, we're leaning towards Solo getting kicked out eventually.
I think it's gonna happen at War Games. I
Okay.
think I think they're gonna have the match. Sammy is gonna be on Roman and those guys' side. I think they're going to win the match, and then the Bloodline's gonna be frustrated with Jacob, with Solo. They're gonna
Solo.
be locked inside alone in a cage, and they're just gonna beat the dog shit out of Solo.
Yep. I am okay. I'm changing my mind. I think Solo gets the pin on Jay, and I think my scenario is going to happen, but not like to the extreme of like, oh, is Solo turning babyface? None of that. It's just that sudden little stop beating him up, and then like let me tag in and pin him. And Jacob doesn't like that. Okay, that's where I'm going. Where are you going?
I think, yeah, I told you in the beginning. I think the new Bloodline is gonna win, and yeah, and again, I think Solo's gonna get the pin on Jay. Yeah.
There we go. Okay, we're in line with that one. Poor, Jimmy is spared. Jimmy is spared. Does Roman do any like Roman's in the match? He's got to do something cool. Does Paul Heyman come back? Are we saving Paul Heyman for like the next night on SmackDown or Raw?
It would have been so cool because I want, selfishly, because of NXT reasons, I wanted Paul back already, because
Yeah.
the next NXT show is in the ECW arena.
Wait, didn't they already do that with Bubba Red Dudley came out?
No, they're setting up for the ECW arena match that
Okay.
they're going to have. He's going to be in the tag team match with Trick. And yeah,
Bubba's wrestling on
yeah,
NXT.
he's wrestling.
Dude, that's so cool. That's gonna make me want to watch the match.
Yeah,
That's cool.
they're going head to head with AEW because they're moving to Wednesday for one day.
Oh, that's why they're doing it? Cowards. They would have beat him without Bubba Ray. Come on.
I don't think Bubba Ray is his big draw to like.
It's making me want to go watch the match. Like
Okay, well,
honestly,
yeah,
well, it does. It makes me want to go. Like I'll go watch the match. There's certain things that us older people, because you weren't there for TLC, bro. You're like 20 years old. No, I'm joking. I'm kidding. No, but for real, I like Bubba Ray. I think Bubba Ray's good. I like Bully Ray, the character when he went to TNA. I like what he's doing now. I listen to him on Busted Open sometimes. I think Bubba Ray's great. He actually quote tweeted me one time and told me I'm an idiot, but I still love him. But honestly, like they're going head to head. I'm definitely watching the NXT show then because I know they're going to stack it up. Even when they go against AEW at any time, any point, they always stack up those shows.
I'll tell you that women's match is fucking insane. Sorry, Bobby, it's insane that they're having a 5-on-5 straight up an all-star match with like all the new additions together, and Jordan Grace came back, and they're doing a whole thing. It's gonna be really good.
She dropped the TNA title.
Yeah, and they just showed up on NXT the next day. Not
Yeah,
the next day, but the next show.
she's definitely WWE bound very, very soon. Very, very
Oh
soon.
yeah, I think her contract's up in January. By the Rumble, I think she's in WWE full time.
Yeah, full time, easily. All right, last match. We're gonna save the Cody Crybaby versus the Ring General, the real world champion, the tough guy, the real guy I believe in. Gunther versus Cody Rhodes. This one is going to be awesome. A lot of slaps, a lot of big hits, a lot of. I think it's gonna be brutal. I think it's gonna be physical because that's the way Gunther likes to wrestle, and I think Cody can take that. I'm not really ready to say who's going to win yet because I don't know, and I want to hear your opinion because I know you're more locked into this than I am.
Yeah. If you saw the ending to not the second Royal Rumble that he won, but the first Royal Rumble that Cody won, they had a very like I think 10 minutes just going at each other, and it was really fucking good. Sorry, Bobby. It was a really good like match. It was basically a match,
Yep.
and I think the match is going to be incredible. I think that Gunther wins via Kevin Owens. Everybody stay strong.
Okay, so Kevin Owens comes back for more. Okay, I could definitely see that. Does Kaiser get involved? Do you think? Do they think they fly him all the way out there? Has Kaiser even been with Gunther lately? I haven't seen him.
He's wrestling tonight in the pre-tape. He has a tag team match
So he's over
against
there.
Randy and Cody.
So he's definitely over there. Okay, that makes sense. I think I would like to see Gunther go over. I think Gunther needs it more. I think if this ends in some kind of DQ finish, it'd be weak. I think people would be upset. I do think that Gunther could go over with Kevin Owens or Kaiser coming in. See, that's the thing. If you already have Kaiser, you don't really need Kevin Owens. But it makes sense for Kevin Owens because that's per storyline. That would make 1000% sense. That being said, I'm picking Gunther to win this match at the very end because you know why? In real wrestling life, heels win stupid stuff like that. Heels win King of the Ring. Heels win like the AEW Dynamite ring. Heels win stuff like that. So he needs to win this meaningless heel kind of belt to brag about it. Whereas Cody doesn't really need that. He's the WWE champion. He won't bring that belt out to brag to the fans. That's something a heel would do. I am your champion over here in the States, and I'm the Saudi champion. He's going to bring it to Raw and celebrate with it or show everyone why he's the best. The ring general. No matter which country, no matter which province, he's just the best. I think Gunther wins that for that reason. It would serve him better to win this title than for Cody to win that title. And
Yeah, I agree.
and Kevin Owens could get involved. And that's definitely an extra motivation for me to pick Gunther to win this match. I know a lot of people think Cody's probably going to win clean, but come on, man. It just doesn't make sense for him to win. It'd make him more of a heel. And plus, shouldn't he be the heel over there? He's the American Nightmare. They should be they should literally be booing him. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm excited for the show. I'll be
Yeah,
watching.
it's gonna be good wrestling. That's like at some point you love the stories, and you're gonna get that with the bloodline and things like that. But sometimes you just love the good wrestling match, and it's got plenty of it. This
Yep.
show.
Yep. The show's gonna have it all. Will a Okay, Bobby in the chat just says Gunther winning makes the most sense. I'm glad he agrees with me because we and him were about to duke it out tomorrow night if he said anything differently. Because again, baby faces shouldn't be winning stupid titles. But that does it for the show, guys. We'll be back next week breaking down this show, breaking down Crown Jewel, everything that came out of this show. I'll be live tomorrow night with Bobby, right, with the boss over there on No Holds Barred. I think we're going to go 8 p.m. tomorrow night. We'll be drafting our teams. I'm representing Dynamite. I believe Bobby said he's doing some WCW show. I forgot which one, Bobby. I'm sorry. But we'll be drafting. He's going to draft Charlotte number 1 overall, I think. So he already lost. I'm going to spoil my first pick over here. I'm going to take him to Zawa. There goes Chris Koffler. I don't know if you heard that.
There's the mention. I was getting worried.
Yeah. Hey, I already knew it was coming, and you should have known too. That's just, come on, man. All right, but we're going to get on out of here. See you guys next week. Until then, be good. Enjoy the show tomorrow. And please, if you're a Cody Crybaby,